you stuck? This isn't working either. Have no fear. Hana is here. Welcome to Mind Mapping with Coggle Free version. Penwise Productions 2016. What is Coggle? Where can I get it? Coggle is a mind mapping tool. You can download the free version of Coggle here at coggle.it. Mind mapping is your first step in developing successful writing habits. Mind mapping or clustering is part of step 1 in the writing process. It's a brainstorming exercise. The purpose of a mind map is to help you get a visual picture of your short story or novel. The writing process. 1. Pre-writing, brainstorming, mind mapping, which we're doing today. And by the way, I couldn't mind map to save my life until I got this tool. It's changed everything for me with my writing. I can plot out an entire short story in less than 10 minutes. Okay, free writing and outlining. Step 2 is writing the rough draft. Writing your first draft all the way through to the end. 3 is revision, reworking your draft. 4 is edit, check your grammar and usage. 5 is published. Send your book, story, or poem to a traditional publishing house, or self-publish it. After all, you've worked really hard, and it's time to share. Coggle, you can use colors, images to help you create a good map. The branches curve because we're hardwired to follow patterns that have curving lines in them. Straight lines are boring to our brains. Google it. Start in the middle. Why? So if you're free to spread out in any direction you want. Begin with a central image. Inside it, type in your main idea or theme. Use color. Our brains are stimulated by color, and color brings energy to your map. So use color. Have your first branches come out of that first image. Make them curvy. Remember your brain? Keep it interested. Your next ideas will be new branches off your first ones, like a family tree. Our brain likes these too, as it creates a pattern or link. It makes it easier to remember stuff. Think of these as your second level branches. Third level branches will grow out of your second level ones. Fourth level branches come out of your third level, and so on. Understand? If you've done genealogy, it's much like that, except we're using curved branches. Far more interesting. You want to use one key word for each line of your map. Why, you ask? Why, to give each one more power. It doesn't have to share with any other word. Use images. When you see an image or picture, what comes to your mind? Lots of things, right? If you have 5 to 10 images in your mind map, think of it as having 5,000 to 10,000 words. You know what I'm talking about? Is it clear? If not, take out your phone and look at 1 or 2 of your photos. Are you reminded of only one thing? Nope. Now you have it. Get ready, set, okay. You know why you mind map. You know what to do and what to use. Start in the middle. Colors, curvy lines, images, one key word per line. Go! Let's mind map. Okay, is everybody ready to mind map? Okay, you see up here, hopefully you can see my cursor, where coggle.it. That's all you have to put in your search bar to find Coggle. Then once you find it and you have an account, it'll pull up like before. This one is my very first one I did. This is for a short story that I'm working on. Okay, but we're going to do something new. And so I'm going to create a folder first. I'm going to come over here and see where it says Create Folder. I click on that, and now in the green side there, you type in the name of your folder. This will be my Penwise folder. It's hard to see. I need new glasses, so you'll have to forgive me if there's lots of spelling errors today. And now it says, oh, this folder is empty. Create a new diagram here, or drag and drop diagrams into your folders. Okay, we're going to create new, so we're going to come up here, press create. It gets that left side out of your way. here we go. Remember, you start in the middle. Click to edit title. Okay, so I had a thought earlier. It was from a TV show I was watching called Snapped. Some of you may be familiar with it. It's usually about women who kind of lose it and kill off their boyfriends or husbands, and then of course lie about it and all kinds of things. But it's kind of weird. So anyway, here we go. Black Widow. It spawned an idea for a story. Alright, so I already know my villain. So see how these plus signs came up? That's how you start to add your branches. So I have a blue line that's a branch. I will show you how to curve that line in a minute. I'm going to put in here, whoops, villain. Oh, the dyslexia is really showing today. You'll get to see what it's like to be dyslexic now. Oh boy. And I hit enter, and there we have my villain. Now I do want to curve this. See how it's pointing now, little cursor? And what I can do is change my color, which I am going to change the color. We'll make our villain black to be traditional. So now I do want to curve this around. See? Once you have that pointy finger, you can curve it. And the plus sign, I want to add another branch to this, so I click on it, and then we have another branch. And the other thing that popped into my head, maybe it's because I grew up in an Irish Catholic neighborhood. I like those names that many Catholic girls have. They have combination names like Mary Elizabeth, so I'm just going to put that one in there. That's what came to mind. All right, Mary Elizabeth is my villain. Okay, now I need a protagonist. Sorry, I tend to do that. So let's see, add a branch. But I don't want it on that side, so watch what happens. I put the little hand over it. I press and hold. In a minute, it should come up. Yep. See this X, universal sign for delete branch. And there are other things in there, which I will get to later. But I want my protagonist on this other side. Okay, so I went over to the left side of my Black Widow, little box, where I started. And I clicked on it to open up a branch. See, you can bold it, italic it, put a link in there, an image, and search for icons. Icons are dolls that they have. I won't be using any of those. So I need a name for my protag. So I thought of Anne Margaret. Of course I choose a name I'm not sure how to spell. Okay, and we'll keep her color sort of a turquoisey-ish color undertone. And she'll be our heroine. Okay, now they have to have something in common. So I'm going back. See how I keep going back? Because these are my first level branches. My villain's a first level branch. And Margaret, my protag's a first level branch, because I'm just getting started building my mind map. So on the top of the rectangular box that contains Black Widow, there's a plus sign. I'm going to click on it to open up a new branch. And whoo, I have a sensitive mouse. It did too. So let me get rid of one of these. And that's not doing it. Go away. See if that will do it. There we go. And now over here, click to edit. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Click to edit again. I'm holding down the plus sign so I can delete that, exit out. Oh, exit out the whole thing. I'm kind of new at this too, so we can all learn together. All right, so what do I have in common? What I first thought of with Catholic school, and that evolved to Catholic University. Except a Y in the end would be better. Okay. And what could their connection be? So underneath, I'm adding, well, maybe, clicking on the plus sign on the opposite side now. So I'm on the bottom half, yellow. I'm going to put professors in there. And they'll probably be English professors because that was my major. So that's kind of going to be their link. So they're in the middle there. All right, so now We have all this happening here, and we need a second wave now for something else happening. I may move this around. I wonder. I'm going to move this professor's thing, maybe. I'm just going to leave it there, and I'm going to add my second level to this one. See how it's going to come right out of the professor ones? I have my hand cursor right on that. I'm going to click on it. Oops. Try that again. Come on, give me a new one. Maybe over there. No. There we go. Moved it out of the way. I'll curve it down in a minute. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna put body because it has to be a body in my murder mystery. This is going to be a murder mystery, maybe thriller. I'm not quite sure. Now that I have my body, I'm going to bring it down over here because the body will happen to be another professor. And I want to attach. Now this would kind of be a third level over here if I can get it. Oh, maybe I can't do it from there. No, it did that one. Stop that. What happens if I press and hold down? Paste, branch, zoom a page, redo, undo. None of the above. Maybe it needs to go there. Yes, okay. I see that. I had to go back to that second level to add my third level. And in here, put students. Okay, and coming out of that, find the body. I'm just going to put find because remember from the notes it said one keyword per box. So now what that does, excuse me, what that does is leave it open now because I immediately was thinking of something else. They could find something else. Sorry, I had to grab a drink. Allergy season is upon me. Okay, now they could find something else. They could find I'm going to put book. It's going to write rare book, but that's 2 words. Okay, so students find a book. And where did my body go? Here's my body. I'm going to stretch out the body a little bit more because that's going to be connected to that. So you see how this is growing, and I could change this. In fact, I am going to change that color to red since it's going to be a dead body. All right, so I have yellow coming down from my main idea of Black Widow, follows it around and off to the left, professors, which cross over red, which is fitting since our body will become a professor who's dead. In fact, I can add that right now. Professor, and perhaps that professor will be from a different department. So I can add another level here and write history. If I could spell. There we go. Yes, the many writers can't spell. I'm one of them. And there are actually a surprising number of writers who are dyslexic. Okay, now I'm wanting to loop this back around history professor and the body. I'm going to put it right over there because see our body, and if we go straight up it runs into history and our professor of history, and the body's going to the reason for the body will have something to do with history, which was our book earlier down here. So see how those are kind of all together right there, and we have our students who find not only the body, but perhaps they find the book too, since I've got that extending off. So look, here's our first level coming down from the Black Widow underside of the rectangle. And offshoot shares the professors, which is both our villain and our protagonist and our body are all professors. Then we have a second level coming off of that, which is our students. Third level, we have find. Fourth level, a book. then we don't have anything after that right now on that line. Follow that yellow line back up around to professors. Follow it down. It's red path because I made that one red because it was going to be the body. And oh, the cat's going to sit on the keyboard. Not a good idea. Okay, so find the body. Keep going down. Course of the professor. Professor of history. You see how that just goes right into loop? And I have not done anything with this other than think of that TV show just before I got started. Straight up above that, we have Anne Margaret, our protag, who just happens to be the person who will solve the case. So I have those things on the left side of the Black Widow theme rectangular box. Then going straight up, they all have in common is that they attend the same Catholic university. At some point I'll name that. Going around clockwise, my black line for my villain, and that originates out of our Black Widow rectangular box too, and we follow that along to find out that villain's name is Mary Elizabeth. Now, what I don't have is the method how she's going to kill or anything, but what just popped into my head now is method, and so I'll write in her method. She will poison him somehow. Okay, and I see I kept that black as well. Now if I had an image or something, or maybe there's even an icon, so I will press that down, and let's see if there's a thing to find icons in here. Comment, drag, link, auto arrange, pick a color, delete. No, there's not in there. Let's see, was there up here a way to pick? Because you want to have images and things as well. Whoa, that shows you what we've been doing. That's kind of cool. I don't know how to get that to undo. There it goes. And comments and chat. Oh, remember, I think I just clicked somewhere. Not happening. Let's go down here to the question mark. Okay. It says right-click an item on the background to access the menu. Right-click on an item. I think we did that. Nothing happened. Okay, when typing, a new item, shift and enter. These are like your hotkeys here, your shortcut keys. New child item. Jump to parent. I'm thinking that child item and parent, child would be your second and third levels coming off, and the parent would be your very first levels. I could be wrong. If one of you guys has this and knows it already, let us know in the comments section. Okay, format, shortcuts, more shortcuts. Where are icons? I don't see any icons. X created. Check, help me to find icons. Let's see. Bloggle. Oh, no, thank you. So, don't worry. You see this on the top of tab right here? We still have our thing. It's just like at home when you do a search in a new tab. It's the same thing. Okay, I don't see anything for icons. So for now, I'll not worry about it. But perhaps maybe it's over here in our menu. Let's see. Nope. Alright, I don't want that. Here we go. That rectangular box you may not have been able to see, but down in the left-hand corner, it was labeled Black Widow. That's how I knew to click on that. Maybe we'll do that again so you could see. So I went over here. Here it shows it. So what we can do is click right inside there, and it will open it up for us again. But see, what I just did there wasn't so great because now I've lost the thread. So I don't recommend stopping and searching for stuff in the middle. Just keep on going. All right. So you guys are getting the gist of this. We can add another thing here. I'm going to put like she's young. Young. And let's see. Nothing's coming right at the moment for me. Why isn't it? We don't have a motive. for her. Often, for now, I'm just going to put in a very common motive, jealousy. Of course, it's spelled wrong, so I can't see it, folks, so my apologies, maybe. I wonder if my screen will get bigger. Yes. Oh, that helps. Okay. Go back in there, see if I can. Look out, Foo. Oh, thank you. The cat sat on the mouse pad. Those of you who have critters are familiar with this. Jealous. There we go. Okay, that still looks wrong to me. And you know what? Let's see. And I want another one there. Thinking of another one. Money. So the reasons for her killing off the professor will have to do with jealous rage and money. Okay, but it hasn't come to me yet, so we'll see. But this is all the beginning. That's why it's kind of brainstorming. You just throw down whatever comes to your mind. And one other one came here, probably because this is my area. Middle age. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change that. Oh, made 2. All right. Hold the phone. Cross that out. Let's do that again. Okay, I just want one. I changed my mind. I think I'll have this one be frumpy. The old time and tell, older frumpy woman, younger one. I know it's totally cliche, but we're playing around just having fun. And don't have a location yet, so I think that'll add up over here. I've gone back to Catholic University, that tab, and I'm adding in location. I think I'll put New England in there, since I'm very familiar with New England. I grew up there. And I'm going to curve that back around by clicking on it and holding it down my mouse. And I've looped it around so it's above Catholic University. And I'm just going to drag this down just to play where it says frumpy off top of Anne Margaret, our protagonist. So another one is coming off of that. If I can get it to. There we go. Oop. Since it did. No, I don't want to link to a website, so I'll click this one, the one below. I opened up 2 branches by mistake. One of them I'll delete. And in here, I'm going to put chef, because that's going to remind me that I want Anne Margaret to be very adept in the kitchen. I did want to. Okay, since that opened up, blamed. Can you guess what that is? Yes, and Margaret is going to be blamed for this murder. And she's going to be in a pickle. So she's going to need some help. So let's add one on top of that. But first let me get rid of that one. Might erase both of them. Let's see. Okay, so which one did it erase? Frumpy, chef, got that. Blame is what I had. Whoops. Little tricky. Okay, there we go. Now I've got the other branch coming in out of there that says blame. She's going to need help, and I really want another branch to come after blame on the left there. I did it that time. You see that? There's the plus sign. I just clicked on it and it opened up that leg of the branch for me. And I'll put in lawyer. And now that's given me another idea that our lawyer also is a professor. Isn't that handy, having a murder mystery at a university? You've got just about everybody you need there. And I'm curving that around behind on top of the word lawyer. Now I want to change that color for the attorney. Let's see, what color shall we use for the attorney? They have money. I'm going to give him green. I associate most attorneys with having lots of money. Although since he's a professor, probably not. But we will make him an adjunct. So I'm going down here to add another branch, which I'm trying to get down there. Come on, give me one. There it is. And there's another level. And I'll put adjunct professor. If you're not familiar with an adjunct is, it's the same thing as like an associate professor, if I'm correct. They're typically part-time. It's one of the levels of professorship. They get paid much less than a full professor. Typically it takes years to become a full professor, and that when you become full, typically that's when you get tenure. My dad was a professor at Brandeis University. That's why the only reason I know that. Okay, and I've had many adjuncts at Hunter, and they were very good. Off topic. Okay, there's my ADD kicking in. Okay, so see, we have nice color-coded map right here. And we started right in the center with our Black Widow. And then I started with my villain, which is unusual for me. I usually start with my toe tag. And the name came, and our villain tends to be jealous, something with money, poison. Was what came to me for killing utensil. That may change. Remember, we're just getting started. She'll be a young woman. Maybe she's just starting out her professorship at the school. So we can add that in. New. Okay. I'm going to put new professor. I know I'm breaking my rule again. But see, once you know, I want to remember that. Professor. There we go. So now we have that. And I'm going to add to Anne. She's going to be, I decided already, she is going to be an English professor. Okay. Something is wrong with English. I can't see it. Maybe it has an extra letter in there. It did. Okay. And I don't know yet what her area will be. So lawyer will be teaching law, of course, help her out. Oh, you know what's missing from this? We don't have any police involved. So we need to add one. And police usually comes after a body's been found. So we find my body branch. Add another link for campus police first. Campus police. Whoops, that didn't come out right. Let me edit that. Fingers got in the way. Campus police. Okay, and then maybe the campus police call the regular authorities after. And I'm going to go ahead and say real police, which is probably not nice. I think campus police are real police, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'll leave it like that. Maybe they have levels too, like professors do. I don't know. So there you have it. We have a very simple mind map right there that you guys can explore, and just to make sure you can really see it. And let me move it around. Oh, I made it a little bit too big. There. Now if you want to know it on my Mac, that's Command and plus to enlarge your screen, Command minus to reduce your screen size, which sure helps me while I wait on my new glasses. So there we have our mind map. Now that we're done, we can go over here where it says Coggle to the arrow. And here we have this back. And see this folder right here? We can take this and drop it into that folder. It still holds out there, but the folder we're in will be that. And I can show you that difference. Did I put anything in there? Nothing in my short stories yet. Penwise is yours. And I thought I had one over here. Nothing in the gallery. Oh yeah, the gallery will show you samples of other mind maps that people have done and shared. And see, none of these have anything to do with writing. These top ones, OpenSQL, which I believe is computer coding for those of you that know computer stuff. Cell chemistry, that's probably interesting. You could do a lot with that. This one's not loading yet, but this one is core physics, International Money Fund. Those aren't coming up though. Maybe somebody removed them. Fracking, misconceptions. So see, there's all, oh, look at this one. This one's like a stair step. What is the process of taste, sensation, and perception? I'd be interested in looking at more later. And so you can share them on Facebook or Twitter. Oh, there's my short story. So that means I'm in that folder. Created by you. So that's mine. It's supposed to go into there, but I didn't get it in there. And Penwise does have your Black Widow one in it that we've done for you. I'll open it back up. And that's it. So enjoy. And now back to our regular scheduled program. To read more about mind mapping and the writing process, go to the link below. That's my website. It will take you directly to the page with my blog and podcast that will tell in more detail about the writing process. The link above in blue is to my homepage, penwise.net, Penwise with a Z. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe. That's all, folks.